A lot is going down. A lot is happening. A lot is happening. A lot is happening. There's a lot going on right now. Let's get into the news. 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 Okay, guys. So Trump is officially asking for help against Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. But guess what? Nobody wants to help him. Let's find out what this nigga has to say.
Far more than ours. You know, we get less than 1% of our oil from the Strait. And some countries get much more. Japan gets 95%. China gets 90%. Many of the Europeans get quite a...
Yeah, but nigga, I thought you said he had it locked down. I thought you said the war was over. The war is done. This fucking episode of Apprentice that America's living in, bro, absolutely fugazi, bro. You'll never stop Iran.
Quite a bit. South Korea gets 35%. So we want them to come and help us with the...
Yeah?
Far more than our...
Yeah, you think so? Well, guess what? It turns out that nobody wants to help this nigga, bro. Nobody, okay? Nobody wants to help this nigga do what the fuck he's trying to do right now. We have Italy. They said no. Spain, no. Japan, France, hesitant. Norway, Canada. Whoa! Shoutouts to Canada. Shoutouts to Canada. I'm from Canada, nigga. Shoutouts out to Canada. I'm from Canada. I think we said no. All right. Norway. Oh, sorry. What the fuck is going on here? Sorry, guys. Norway. Canada. Australia. Germany. China. No response. Everybody else at least had the audacity to send a reply. China just ghosted him, bro. All right? UK, once again, it's one of those things where the UK and Canada and Australia, we all seem to be on the same boat. We all are all from the same boat. Anyway, no commitment there. No response from the Netherlands. No, Netherlands, let them on ghost. And South Korea had no confirmation, which once again is essentially him getting ghosted. So it seems as though our little nigga Trump here seems to have built a little bit too big for his britches. He expanded a little bit too quickly. I didn't realize that they weren't going to support me. I thought they were supporting me. I thought they were all going to support me. Turns out everyone's like, yo, nigga, fuck! All right. Japan has officially rejected Trump's request and will not send naval troops to the Strait of Hormuz. Alhamdulillah, bro! All right. Let's see what Iran had to say about this humiliation ritual. Let's get into this.
جمهوری اسلامی ایران بی‌نظیر هست. ما دو تا یک جنگ رو پشت سر گذاشتیم و یک جنگ رو هم در دست داریم.
Yes, me too. That's sorry. So essentially what the nigga is saying is the United States, which wanted unconditional surrender from Iran, is now begging countries to help open the Strait of Hormuz. Begging them, literally. Obviously, we can't watch this video because, nigga, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. Do you know what the fuck they're saying? I don't know what the fuck they're saying. Hey, yo, you niggas are crazy. Look at this shit. You niggas are fucking disgusting on the internet, bro. All right. In other news, our good friend, who we all thought evaporated, the internet said he evaporated, and then they went on and said, no, he's still here. He walks among the civilians. He's not AI.
יצאתם להתעורר קצת? כן. יפה מאוד. תראה, על ירושלים יש משהו יותר יפה מזה? אין על ירושלים, אין.
תגיע לזה.
תשמע, אני זוכר את זה. אתה
זוכר? קוראים לו גיא.
זה היה במטוס, תמסרו לו דש.
In case you need some context, this is the second video they released of this nigga, bro. Names should not be named. You know, we are on YouTube. This is the second video they released of this nigga, bro, claiming that the man's is still out and alive and breathing.
איזה יופי. שלום.
Allegedly, in my opinion, of course.
שלום לכם. גם אתם יצאתם קצת להתעורר.
Yo, take off the mask, nigga!
מרחב מוגן. כמה צעדים מכאן, נכון?
כמה צעדים.
יופי, זה הכי חשוב.
צה"ל ינצח ואנחנו נשמור על עצמנו.
מצוין, זה בדיוק.
חד משמעית.
את אמרת הכי טוב.
I bet, bro. I bet. It's the reason why they released this video is because there was the original video that had dropped, right? And they said 1, 2, 3, 4. They're trying to show you that the man is human. Look, they're trying to show you that the man is human. But once again, this video is AI. Okay? Ring. No ring. The video is AI. All right? First off, that video is AI. It looked pretty good. I was like, but then I realized, yo, you niggas with this AI shit, bro, you ain't that good with it, okay? Next thing we have to say here is that it was because this is the original video, okay? They said that the nigga is alive and well and was seen at a coffee shop, all right? And the internet debunked it in seconds.
קפה, אתה יודע מה? אני מת על העם שלי.
Look at this. Look at this cup. It's defying the rules and principles of physics. The meniscus isn't breaking on this cup of coffee.
איך הם מתנהגים? פנטסטי.
Come on, nigga.
אתה רוצה לספור את מספר אצבעות? אתה יכול
Yeah, I don't have 6 fingers, you're right.
להראות לנו?
פה.
But look, why is he holding his cup like a fucking chameleon, bro?
ראית?
Who holds their cup of coffee like that, bro? Who needs support on their little itty bitty cup of coffee from the fucking bottom? Whose man's is this? Is he a toddler? Or could he be a reptilian who is just learning how to use modern day technology? He was risen from the depths of the underworld, put on a fake mask and said, go act like a human being. I know you haven't seen sunlight in 15,000 years, but we need you now more than ever. Go onto the surface and pretend to be something you're not.
לחיים.
What the fuck is that?
אנשים שיוצאים ומתאווררים?
לצאת להתאוורר, אבל ליד מרחב מוגן. והעמידה שלכם היא מדהימה, נותנת כוח לי, לממשלה, לצה"ל, למוסד. אנחנו עושים דברים שאני לא יכול לשתף ברגע זה, אבל עושים דברים מכים באיראן חזק מאוד, גם ביום הזה, גם
Shut the fuck up, nigga. All right? And in response to this, okay, right? Exactly, nigga. Take the fucking mask off, bro. Take the fucking mask off. In response to this, the Iranians also said, yeah, our nigga's alive and well too, bro. Yo, W. That's goes to show you how much of a fucking joke everything is these days, bro. That's if Iran's gonna come back with their own video and make a message like that to clap back at you niggas, bro, that tells you exactly what you need to know. All right, let's go to a little place called New York.
Politicians that constantly reaffirm Israel's right to exist. Because people like me are constantly attacked by politicians for standing up for Palestine, and you are constantly defending the right for Israel to exist. My family is in Palestine right now, constantly under attack, and I'm hearing you say free Palestine, but also Israel has the right to exist. Don't be hypocritical. Don't be hypocritical and say free Palestine when you're also defending the right for Israel to exist. It does not have the right to exist. It does not.
Hey, buddy. We can't be saying that, bro. Okay? I'm on YouTube, nigga. This nigga's gonna get me cooked on the tube, bro. God damn. What's this warning I already got on the tube? What is this warning? Hey. This nigga's out here. Come on, bro. We can't be talking like that on the tube, bro. That's goddamn, nigga. Fuck! Yeah, let's get into this guy. You gotta be careful, man. I should have vetted that. We should have vetted you guys. Squad! You should have vetted that. We should not have walked into that so easily like that. That was
pop.
That was just that's unacceptable. We can't walk into shit like that, bro. That's like a red flag, bro. You know? I guess freedom of speech, but bro, to a certain extent, right? Because you know what platform we're on, nigga. You guys know, you know where we're at. Anyway, let's get into this next video. We got Mr. Kid Cudadilius deciding now that it's time for him to be a streamer.
Much better. I was under the weather a little bit.
Yeah.
Had the sniffles. But now I'm back. Feel fantastic. And I will be streaming tomorrow at 3 p.m. PST on Twitch. I'm going to post my handle so you guys can follow me. I'll be cooking up with Dr. Genius.
You know what's crazy about this character arc switch? I don't mind it. The man's has been painting. He wants to stream his life. There's not a problem with that. I mean, what's he going to stream? Him in the studio working on records. We like that. That's a W for Cuddy. We like that. Just like when Wiz is streaming, he's in the studio cooking up. We like that.
And you'll be able to see us cook up something from scratch. Just make some beats, make some songs. Yeah. So I thought this would be just really dope to bring you into the session, bring you into the vibes, and this is something I'll keep doing. So the name of the show was called Someone Cooked Here. Jesse.
So this was a huge surprise. I do think, personally, that this is a deal with Twitch, some sort of sponsorship, promotion deal, because Kid Cudi has always been close with his fans, more so on X, where he would frequently reply, but there was always an arm's length away. We didn't really know what his music process was like. We didn't really know what was going on in much of his life.
He could have been streaming on X. He could live stream on X. But also, second of all, what's it called? When it comes to Twitch, I think this might be a Twitch sponsorship move because, yo, Twitch is losing money like crazy right now, bro. They are getting rid of people's Twitch income by half. People that had 70-30 splits with Twitch are now dropping down to 50-50 split. Twitch is losing money, bro. They've been losing money for the last 10 years. They probably have never been profitable, allegedly, in my opinion, right? So they're looking for any kind of way to get people on the platform and shove those ads in people's faces, bro. Because that's what's happening right now on Twitch, and it's disgusting.
So people didn't know what to expect. So when he debuts his stream with Dot the Genius, legendary in the Kid Cudi community, if you're tapped in, and he's on stream, it was a pleasant surprise to hear that he was going to make music on there.
I'll release an EP. You know? And I'll release it soon too.
But he's asking for subs.
Make it 10,000.
Make it 10,000. All right, 10,000 subs. Dot, you see Dot? No. They're like, Dot, no! Get him off the stream! Get him off the stream!
10,000 subs, boys.
No.
10,000 do sound better than 5,000, though, I will say.
Yeah, I mean,
it sound great.
It's 5 figures, you feel me?
Well, no, look. If we get, all right, so let's do this. If we get 10,000 subs, I drop an album. I drop an album and I record it all on stream, so you get a chance to see the album being created from the ground up.
Let's go.
Today is the first session. Nobody's ever done that, yo.
Oh, that's crazy.
Nobody's ever done that. So like, live album on stream. You can come and be involved in the sessions.
So Kid Cudi said he's going to make a project on stream. And somebody replied, a fan of EA replies, and says, all love to Kid Cudi, and what he's doing is dope, but he claims no one has live streamed an album being created before. And that's what Ye did in 2021 with Donda, a 24/7-hour live stream that was followed by a live concert performance of the album. The live stream creating the album was even shared on digital billboards for advertising. Now what Ye did was
Exposed.
revolutionary, and I disagree with him saying that Ye was the first, because Kid Cudi would reply and say, I will say I don't know all that's happened on streaming. I said what I said just blindly. This is such a great reply, because Cudi and Ye fans, it's a very strong overlapping Venn diagram. The piece in the middle is not small. It is a huge chunk, and there are two different sides that are the small pieces of this new Venn diagram, where they're kind of at odds, or they want to create odds between them. So for him to reply to this with maturity is great. That's cool. People have done this before, but to be straight up, no one cooks like me. So what you're about to see is some one of one-ish, and it will be the illest album experience you've ever seen. Facts. I am the chosen. And continuing on with this, he continues streaming. He tweets out, F yeah, love streaming and connecting with y'all. And I replied to the person that tried to come at Kid Cudi and say, oh, Ye did this first. No, he didn't. Ye has never even done this. I said Tory Lanez did it first. Ye streamed the end of the album process, not the entire thing. So if we're going to go by that standard, then Tory was before Ye. Tory was on IG Live.
Oh, is this where we get into a Soldier Boy debate? How comes we're not? I know we're not bringing Soldier Boy into the mix right here.
Streaming that stuff. And I said DDG streamed a full album creation because Tory Lanez, I don't believe he streamed a full mixtape or full album. It was just different songs that some ended up being put out. Some actually got taken down and then re-put out on the Lost Tapes, which is a series that Tory Lanez has been dropping music while he's still been locked up. Great quality music, by the way. You should tap into that if you haven't. And DDG, he did a hit-a-thon. I think he did one. Somebody told me, DDG fan told me he did 2 albums. I didn't know that, but I know he did at least 1. And if you want to discredit his status as a rapper, and that's by DDG, because some people will be like, okay, yeah, DDG's like a content creator. Sure, he did it. He's a streamer. That doesn't count. I said more recently, Wiz Khalifa made an album start to finish on stream too. And Wiz Khalifa is also somebody that showed love to Kid Cudi.
Wiz Khalifa has been making crazy crazy streams right now. And his work ethic as of late has been really consistent. If you've been keeping up with some of the Wiz stuff, the day-to-day streams or vlogs are still bumping. The tracks are still bumping. Obviously, I don't think music fans have moved on. I just think the way we're able to consume music and keep up with rappers has changed. I don't think we're not following rappers' every move like we used to, you know? Like the game isn't just sort of tunnel vision on rappers like it used to be. There's so much people creating things that it's hard to really gauge what everybody is doing. You kind of have to really just be following somebody for real. Like you really have to be a fan of somebody now more than ever than before, because there's so much happening that like it's hard to be able to keep up. It's like if Wiz drops a song or something, it's not like it was before where you can go to a blog and be like, oh shit, the Wiz project is really bumping right now. Boom, and you're able to keep up with what's going on. It's like, because there's so much outlets for media now, it's kind of hard to stay concentrated.
And donated 100 subs to him. And Wiz Khalifa said, Cudi streamed last night and it was awesome. Stoners are back. Now, one thing that I don't believe any streamer has done yet is what Kid Cudi's talking about, which is the music video that he's going to release for one of these songs.
Yo, so I had an idea. I had a really good idea. What if we shoot the video to Ride with all you guys, the fans? I post up somewhere and I stream and you guys come out and we film the video. How about that?
Well, that's a safety liability, but I could get down with that.
That could be epic. I'll let you know. It'll be in LA sometime. We'll figure it out.
So I don't believe that there has been a single rapper that has live streamed an album creation process and also filmed a music video for the song created on the live stream with their fans. That has not been done. And some people will be like, all right, this is one of those stats where you stack 3 different things on top of each other. No, I do think it's a really cool concept, and it's not out of the norm for Kid Cudi because he's always created and curated certain experiences for fans to enjoy. Now, I remember, I don't know if it might have been 10 years ago. It could have been in 2015. I think it was when Kid Cudi started or was in his first film, something like that. He rented out an entire movie theater for 2 nights. I know it was at least 1 night, and he was just on X or Twitter at the time, and he just told people to show up. And I think if they had Indicud, I think it was Indicud that dropped at that point, but Indicud was before 2015. Either way, whatever album he had at that point, if they brought the album, he would sign it and he would just let them. That was the only thing. They brought the album just so that he could know that they were actual fans of his, and they just watched a whole movie together, and it was Kid Cudi. So he's curated fan experience.
That's actually pretty fire. I'm not going to lie. That's a pretty good fan experience. Fan experiences have to really be worth it. Like the Freddie Gibbs fan experience. You see that? You get the VIP tickets and you get to learn some sort of martial arts karate discipline. Nigga, that's pretty fire if you ask me. I get to go see a concert and I get to learn Tai Chi Kondo. Nigga, W.
Like this. And there's one thing that nobody can say about Kid Cudi is that this guy really, really loves his fans. But when it comes to the live streaming thing, I do got to give him credit. He has done, actually, we'll give him credit a little bit later. Some stuff I like, because most of this I don't like personally, which means that I'm just not going to tune in. Do I think you shouldn't tune in? No, if you're intrigued by Kid Cudi's recording process, I really think you should tune in. You'd probably enjoy it. But I said, I don't know if I want to see Kid Cudi stream his music process. I'm conflicted. I always imagined him in a dark studio session, depressed from the early days. You weren't supposed to see him, just the finished result. Like a lot of my favorite Cudi is the type of Kid Cudi that makes you reconsider, taking it with the rest of us on this planet. And Kid Cudi is in a happier place.
What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Why would you say that, dude? Is it really it can't be that bad, you know. It can't be that. But I see what he's saying though. Yasana has a point. Like the best Cudi music is that super sad shit, and he's right. As of late, it hasn't really been that sad because you can't create from that place all the time. You can't create from a place where you're always going to be in turmoil and sadness. At a certain point, you're going to want to create from a place of happiness. And even speaking for myself, somebody who constantly is recording music all the time, I haven't as of late. I had to take a break from making music. Like, it's been like a 2-year hiatus I took from making music. I just wasn't inspired anymore, bro. Like, I spent 10 years of my life making music and treating it like a job, and all the fun was sucked out of it, and I had to stop making music. But when I was in the process of making it, there's tracks that I'd recently just dropped, so check those out in the art section of my playlist on the main homepage of my channel. But yeah, your place of where you're creating art changes, right? So at first you're gonna be creating art from a place of sort of sadness and wanting to get revenge on everybody and anger, and then once you get to a better place, it's like you can't tap into that music anymore. And sometimes I'll listen to some of my old stuff and I'll be like, bro, this is so sad. Like, I can't even sing about or spit about the stuff that I used to talk about because I'm not sad like that anymore, dude. I'm in a better place. I'm a happier individual. But yeah, it just goes to show you it's like it's crazy, bro. But yeah, let's hop into this just a little bit longer before we leave it alone.
Place in his life now, and I do like the positive and happy Kid Cudi music. There was always a mix of that throughout, from the Man on the Moon original album, as well as the mixtapes A Kid Named Cudi, to hell, even Indicud, right? Most of his catalog, Speed and Bullet to Heaven, that was sad in terms of the quality of that project, but also he even talks about that was the most depressing time of his life. But I think it's a great idea. There are a few rappers that have a stronger bond with their fans than Kid Cudi. His fans love him. I see this doing very well for him as they are quite parasocial, and they've never had personal access to him for 15 plus years. If you see Kid Cudi's tours and the amount of people that he pulls out to his tours, it is a lot of people. He's a global artist as well. Part of that is due to the success and help by Jim Jones, of course, with the Day and Night remix. That's what made everything go viral all over the world. No, but a lot of those Day and Night remixes crossed them over into more of a European scene with the dance craze that was going on in the early 2010s and like late 2000s. So some people will try and say that Ye fans have a stronger
Crooker's remix and all that
bond, but I disagree. Ye fans, for the most part, idolize him and put him on a pedestal, and there's a clear hierarchical separation between him and the fans. There's nothing wrong with this, and it's what makes Ye so influential with his products. Kid Cudi is different. The way he interacts with fans makes them feel like he's one of them, not this larger-than-life character, and that's also, I think, the appeal of streamers. A lot of streamers, it's parasocial. In the beginning, they're watching the person that's just like them in their room, kicking it, talking to them. It's like they're kicking it with their homie, and over time, the streamer gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and there are certain viewers of streams that only like small streamers because they're like, hey, I just like this, for lack of a better word, intimate feeling that we have with this small community, as opposed to, the person growing. And with Kid Cudi, he's managed to hold on to that. And it's because I think he's just not only so vulnerable, there is confidence in Kid Cudi. Like, you see him talking about like, oh, I'm the chosen. So he's confident in his art. And some people may take that as cocky. I think that's really Kid Cudi haters. But when you listen to his music and when he interacts with fans, you're like, man, he's just like one of us. Whereas with Ye is like, I'm the Steve Jobs, I'm the Walt Disney, I'm the king, and these are all of my, I talk about St. Pablo tour is the greatest example of this. He's on a lifted stage above everybody else, and everybody else is beneath him. Is that a negative thing? Like I said, no, because people want to look up to a Ye, and you need people like a Ye to.
People want to look up to somebody. That is the nature of man. People want to be led. Unfortunately, a lot of people in society are mindless sheep. They want to be led by people. But I think trying to compare the two differences between Kid Cudi fans and Ye fans is irrelevant. I think they had their falling out because it just makes sense. It's two different types of egos, I guess, right? They both have egos. You need to have a big ego to succeed in life. People will tell you different, but it's true. But I think this idea of Kid Cudi wanting to stream and allowing people to see the process, I think it's interesting. When I first saw the notification pop up when I was on Twitch and it said, oh, Kid Cudi's gone live, I was watching it and I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know. And then the second time he went live again, I said, okay. The fact that it wasn't like a one-off and he was showing consistency, I like that. And because of that, I'm like, you know what? Let the man cook. Let the man cook. Let's get into this next video here, guys. Let's get into this next. How many videos? Oh, they stopped filming me, craze. Alright. Stop filming me, nigga. The weird thing about, I'll tell you something about getting filmed. One time I was at the boutique with my homie Dodo, like the phone boutique. And then these random people, they were doing a man on the street interview for like some sort of fragrance. And instead of asking the person to be on camera, they just approached right away. They just approached right away and didn't even ask like me my permission to be on camera. It was the stupidest thing. It was the most like crazy invasion of privacy I have ever encountered in my life, dude. The craziest. It just felt so invasive. It was like in my like realistically it was an L on their part, bro, because like if they had just asked, I would have been way nicer, but because they didn't, I was being a dick the whole time. It's like you got to ask people, bro. You can't just enter people's spaces like that. And in speaking of that, let's get into the next video.
Is a very real issue throughout society. It can feel invasive to be recorded 24/7, and it's understandable as to why people feel uncomfortable when they're filmed in public. That being said, it can also get a little bit ridiculous, as at times it seems like some are so paranoid about being filmed that they will get aggressive. This is where the Stop Filming Me videos satirize real life, as they demonstrate how a person recording footage for their own video can be misinterpreted as attempting to record a random citizen on the street, and have that random citizen
I think that says more about the person being recorded, bro. That you'd have to really be mentally clocked to think that everyone is just recording you, bro.
and come from out of frame looking for a fight.
So what's your favorite color?
Man, that's a really hard question. I'd probably have to say probably black. What the hell? Stop recording me!
Similar trends have manifested previously via different formats, such as the "can you record a video for me" prank, which sees a person asking if they can be recorded and then starts shouting or screaming at the person doing it to stop.
What kind of prank is that? And whose grandma is this, and how did she get involved with the fucking tank? What is this? You guys gonna let your grandma do pranks in the Walmart? Stop.
Why are you following me? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
At any rate, the very act of being recorded seems to be quite the trigger point for many, as something about being put in the lens of a camera can be taken as an act of hostility. The question these memes present is whether or not the act of filming could be considered aggressive. It is actually...
I don't think it's aggressive to be... What kind of fucking video did we stumble upon today, guys? What are you guys recommending me to watch, bro? Filming is not that crazy. It's really not that crazy. Why? Come on. If you're filming your own thing, film it, bro. If you're outside filming something, film it. People will comment, people will walk past you, but don't be like a gym girl who gets all annoyed when people walk. It's like you're in a public space and you're filming. That is the worst. Like that stuff really cheeses me, bro.
Quite annoying to be filmed in the first place, and there are very real risks for certain demographics who have long been targeted or harassed even before social media became prominent. Japan famously ensured all phones made a click sound when a picture was taken to prevent harassment, and today there are women who find themselves unknowingly filmed via meta glasses for dating advice TikToks, with their personal details uploaded online. Then there's the so-called First Amendment auditors who go around filming and provoking others in the hopes it will generate outrage content, basically acting as nuisance streamers whose job it is to make sure others get upset so they can post them on social media and generate income. As a result, it is possible for the act of filming to be aggressive in and of itself, even if it is done so covertly. However, if a person is just filming themselves or their mate in a public space without disturbing anyone, then there's no reason to crash out and tell them to stop recording.
Gym girls, bro. L! The gym girl is an L, bro.
As such, the Stop Filming Me memes demonstrate the manner in which some can take the act of possibly being recorded as aggression, even if it isn't, and immediately resort to hostility, even if they weren't in frame in the first place. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson?
Bro, what the fuck kind of video was that? Y'all niggas love to waste my time sometimes, bro. Like, I wake up so I can stream for you niggas, and this is... Like, I try to do nice things for you guys. What's my lip saying? My lip is all fucked up. I try to do nice things for you guys, man. I really do. I try to be nice and shit. And then this is the thanks I get. This is the thanks I get. Come on.
So it is now.
Alright, you guys. Let's conclude today's stream with none other than Akash himself. Shout out to Akash. Shout out to his wife for continually being part of his demise.
now been a couple of months since a comedian's wife altered his public image forever through her social media presence. This had to be one of the more sad but also explosive stories from last year, as we all sat
Whoa. This is a last year thing? Bro, time is flying too quickly.
back in awe as clip after clip after clip began to resurface from her TikTok page, and then eventually her podcast. And at first it was mainly about her obsession with wealth.
How do you and your husband split?
Why would you let your shorty have a podcast, bro, where she can go blabbing about her life? A life that you gave her with all your money and success. And now she's talking about things from a cushy lifestyle of sipping lattes and eating brunch, eating cucumber salad sandwiches. What is that?
Finances. We don't. If you want to work, all for that. But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his account, that's a fucking red flag. His money is our money and my money is my money. That is actually my number one. They must be generous with their finances from day fucking one.
The fact that she did not want to cook or clean or really do anything besides lay around the house.
For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Jasleen. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian, and he buys me lots of nice things.
And of course, her consumer addiction.
And it's just like the best fucking part is like living with your best friend. Also, it's like there's who buys you designer shit.
But quickly, the content devolved into her straight up disrespecting her husband Akash, telling stories from her past and going out of her way to pretty much make him look like a simp/cuck when speaking about her friend's husband.
Would y'all ever have an together with your husband? Priya, I'm actively trying to have an orgy because
Bro, when they put out those crazy stats where they're like 80% of women don't respect their men, 80% of women initiate divorces, hypergamy is at an all-time high, you start to look at society and you can really, it's like living in a depressed meme all the time. It's like living with a cloud of rain hovering above your head every single day when you see things like this, bro. This is, bro. Shaitan is working overtime.
this couple is so fucking good looking and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches.
Now, the real reason this became such an explosive controversy was because for years Akash positioned his wife as this pure, innocent Indian woman who could do no wrong.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask you.
The crazy thing about this is like, bro, yeah, she's also like of Indian heritage. She's supposed to be like respectful, This is behavior that I wouldn't deem it acceptable, but it definitely leans more towards something that is to be expected from like a Becky or a Sarah or an Ashley, But from like usually people of pigmentation, we're usually respectful. But this is somebody, man, that, oh my God, bro, what is this?
How do you believe her?
It's like Akash's wife has been like grew up in a Starbucks, bro.
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. I remember I was just like, what?
So then when the audience was staring such a stark contrast right in their face,
I was popping my pussy in these white boy frat houses.
People simply had to talk about it, and I felt like it was like the big conversation on the internet for around a month. So this all resulted in this endless commentary online. Is she dodging his kisses? Why was this proposal so awkward? People pretty much felt like this woman Jasleen had no respect for her husband. Well, I really just questioned, like, how could Akash just sit back and let his wife try and be a public figure in this way? And not at least tell her, like, yo, you better cool your jets.
When I got to college, I was like, oh my God, it's like open season, and like all these guys are like starting to give me attention, and like everyone's getting so social.
Either way, Akash's wife would actually join them on the Flagrant podcast. And that is where things got somehow even more embarrassing.
What is loud? What was that?
His dick smells.
No, but for real, you got a stink dick husband sleeping on the floor. like, what's wrong with you, man?
Like, even just on that show, based on his appearance, you could tell that Akash himself had been going through absolute hell getting slandered online like this. Like, when Adam22 is the only one backing someone up in a situation like he did Jasleen, you know something is deeply wrong.
The reason they're saying that is based off of her words.
Yeah, but I think when you hear her words, what you have to understand is that she's exaggerating everything so much because she has so little life experience.
And since this all went down, Akash has really not been featured on the Flagrant podcast, as he has actually been on a stand-up tour. But as for his wife, she has still been posting nonstop onto TikTok, and has essentially doubled down on everything that she was being criticized for, whether it be the shopping addiction, trying to act like she is totally unfazed about everything going on online, and in general, it's pretty apparent that the entire situation taught her pretty much nothing. You know, it's kind of like watching a child plug their ears when someone's talking to them and say, no, 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 you guys are lying meanies. And as for her podcast, it has...
Bro, what kind of society are we living in, dude? This is so crazy to me, but it's also not. They just don't care, dude. They're looking for the highest bidder, the nigga who has the most money. You don't even have to be good looking, bro. You just have to have money. My whole thing, I was like, oh, you need to become a winner. Well, I would like to be a winner because that would make me feel good. And I'm sure Akash thought he was a winner too. But no. His girl showed him that you are not a winner. She's the winner. Like, you can't have a relationship where you look up to your wife. I'm sorry to say it's going to be controversial, but you can't have a relationship, and this ain't no manosphere shit. You can't have a relationship where you look up to your wife like that, essentially pedalizing her. And she can't necessarily pedalize you either, but she has to know that you're better than her, dude. That the man has to be the prize, or else you get shit like this. You get situations like this where she's not respecting you, she's disrespecting you. If the right person comes along, she'll probably spend a couple nights with him in a hotel and not let you know where she's at. Getting bopped out. Getting stretched out by a couple NBA niggas. Shaitan, why are you working so hard? Why are you working so hard? Inshallah, please do not let any demonic woman like this enter my life, God, please.
Completely come to a stop. This is something that Andrew Schultz himself said he was going to personally make happen a couple of months ago.
Delete it. Delete the podcast. Delete ours?
No more influencing. No, I'm talking about her.
Oh, we're working on it.
No influencing. I don't want you don't let your wife be influencers. Don't let your wife be podcasters, man.
And he and Charlemagne also made several other thinking out loud comments about Akash here as well.
What happened, man? Akash's wife made you want to not be married? What happened?
I'm never going to tell the world. I ain't going through that shit. That shit is crazy.
What happened?
I didn't realize we had Akash's picture.
Can I say what I want to say?
Yeah, of course. This is what Brilliant Idiots is about.
All I want to say is simply this.
Keep your wife off the
motherfucking internet. Why does your wife have a...
Yo, this is what... He's right about that, though. He's right about that. Keep her at home, raising the kids, making food, cleaning, you know, tending to her little garden, picking up the kids from school, doing after school activities, you know, feeding the dog, cleaning the dog, working on her little e-commerce business. But don't let her have an Instagram account. Because, bro, if she's some sort of a baddie, even if she's mid, she's gonna have niggas in her DMs, bro. Come on. And then 6-8 hours a day she's spending on TikTok with conspiracies and then getting paranoia, thinking people are after her, thinking the government is listening to her, bro. It's all bad. It's all bad. And society is crumbling in real time.
Microphone in her face. Do not allow your wife to start a motherfucking podcast, bro.
Yes.
Okay? There can be one entertaining.
Women should never have big black things in front of their face, bro. Because it just takes that one day when it touches their lips. It's over. It's over.
This family, it shall be me. I'm the comedian. I'm out here on this road. I'm out here getting the money. Let me use some of this money to help you do some other things, yo. Because you don't need a microphone in your face because you're going to fuck around and ruin us. All right? Not just you.
So yes, clearly here Andrew was kind of letting his true feelings be known. He wasn't coddling him like he was on the couch of that episode. You know, it's almost like when you have a friend and you know he's fucking up, but you want to be like kind of polite to his face. And then you see your other mutual friends and you're like, yo, what's going on with George? What the fuck is he doing? And like I said, she had not done her podcast since the controversy kind of unfolded and they made that public appearance. But now she is actually back on this other guy's show. And when I tell you guys that this confirms that she learned absolutely nothing and is likely incapable of hearing any sort of constructive criticism, that might be a serious understatement.
I just feel like when I first got into this, I was like, I just want to be myself 110%. And the audience isn't stupid. And my friend told me that. She said you can feel someone's energy through their content if they're genuine or not. So I just always, first and foremost, was like, I just want to be genuinely myself. It just felt most authentic to who I was. I like woke up in the morning.
So genuinely, you're just a raging piece of shit? Well, that's, hey, if that was your goal and you wanted to be authentic, you hit it out the park, girl. You did it.
And like my asshole was a little sore.
Whoa, what the fuck? I don't like this. I don't like this. This is not good. This is putting negative imagery into my mind. This is like, ugh, bro. All women aren't like this. This is not true.
Like in hindsight, I also feel like sometimes if people want to take you in a negative way, like they will, you know?
I absolutely agree, because I think like that is like one of the reasons that I was like, oh, like we'll get along, right? Because
now the host of this podcast is virtually useless. He is essentially just there to say, yeah, girl, you were totally right. Anyone with anything negative to say is just a jealous hater of the lifestyle you get to live thanks to Akash's money.
When I see like influencers or creators, the reason that I don't fit into the space, and I'm sure you also feel that way, is because I do feel like it's like overly curated, right? I see most people and I'm like, I've been around these people long enough to now understand like, yo, out of all the ways that you present yourself on the internet, you are not that.
Right.
And the reason they do not fit in on the internet is because neither of them have like a real presence in the space. In fact, I'm convinced that the only reason she gave this dude an interview in the first place is because back a couple of months ago when the whole thing was unraveling, he was just about the only man defending her in that situation.
I've heard people say much worse things about Jasleen on the internet.
Bro, this guy's trying to clap, bro. He's trying to crack. I can see a nigga trying to crack from a mile away. Pause.
Than what she said about this other creator. Y'all would rather people just appear to be good than people actually be honest and real, authentic about their feelings, right? Because for everybody who's like, oh, like she's a mean girl and she's saying mean things about other creators, in your response to her, you guys are being the exact same thing that you're accusing her of doing. I actually love her response to this podcast. Honestly, yo, Jasleen, if y'all listening,
come on, man. Goyim unite. What is this? Yo, the crazy thing is that like niggas are like this now. Niggas are like this now. Niggas will let women walk all over them. Niggas will tolerate disrespect from women, bro. Like, y'all niggas are like this now, which is why most women don't respect men, because y'all let them become like this. You let them become monsters. No one ever puts them in their place for their bad behavior, because y'all are all trying to get poom. The poom poom ain't worth it, bro. Not to this degree. Not to this degree.
Keep that shit up. Be more honest.
And not only that, but he directly defended her against Myron from the Frogger and Fit podcast as well.
Myron from Fresh and Fit is beefing with Akash Singh and Jasleen Singh. I guess their beef stemmed from when Myron did flagrant. So Myron just kind of says like, yo, your wife, I guess he felt away that when I went up on your platform, you guys had this energy for me, and now I got something that I could pull on you. And that to me was like the first bit of like, this was kind of corny. You didn't have that energy to...
Bro. I spent too much time on the internet, bro. I spent too much time on the internet. I'm not gonna get invested in this fugazi. This is fugazi. I'm not gonna get invested in this. I think we've seen enough. Akash's wife doesn't have respect for anybody. No human being does she have respect for, and that's okay. But keep that over there on that side of the internet, all right? I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear about that, because this type of person, bro, this type of person, God willing, bro, I do not know. No. You know, this is the type of person where you take him and then you. That ends today's stream, guys. Today was short stream. I have to conserve my energy. We still gotta put those hours in. You know, I guess I could do one little outro piece for this. Okay, guys, so little update on what's going on the life of xCephasx. Yeah, I got an interview on Monday for this job, this marketing thing. I'm going to be going in, it's like this labor thing I'm going into this week, where I'm going in from tomorrow until Friday, essentially trying to pick up some kind of labor gig to do. Yeah, I'm not, like I told y'all, man, like I'm still in the process of getting my own place so I can just have a place that's mine, essentially. But I think the first step we need to do is probably get like a room, like rent a room or a studio space first. Most likely a room, because studio spaces here are the same cost as like a room nowadays. So just get like a room, and then after that I can get like a 1-bedroom apartment for myself. So just moving in stages as opposed to just jumping right away, because if you expand too quickly, the whole entire empire falls. So we don't want the empire to fall. But yeah, I'm just pivoting, bro. Pivoting and making sure that everything just works out, inshallah, the way it's supposed to. Because if it doesn't, well, if it doesn't, it is going to work. It just we have to be so mathematical with the process, because if we're not mathematical with the process, then it could all crumble and fall. And like I said, the next 3 years are just years where we're cementing everything and making sure everything falls into place, so we never have to work for anyone ever again. No client finding work, no client work, no applying for jobs. We're just fully making content, which is why I also have to be a little bit careful with making content now too, because YouTube is cracking down on so much shit. And as much as it never was even crossed my mind as a thought, but as of late, these couple of videos that I watched, they've now infiltrated my mind, and I'm being extra cautious. And I guess, fine. I guess it's better to be cautious than it is to make a mistake. So we just have to be cautious, I guess. So anyway, that's it. Not sure what the fuck we were supposed to do here, but that's it. I will catch you guys in the next video. And so I appreciate you guys tuning in for today's stream. This is a shorter stream for today. Hopefully I can stream tomorrow if I don't get home too late. But yeah, things are going to be a little bit different. We're working now. We're trying to live life. Trying to be successful. Not trying, but I am successful. We're going for gold. We're doing whatever it takes. Get rich or die trying, boys. All right. I will catch you guys in the next video, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Peace.